Well, we have a Dethatcher for you. Have you ever even heard of that before? Well, leave it to GreenWorks to put together that kind of commercial application for the rest of us. It's 4 months at $39.99. We have it for you on a price break, and there are only 300 of these available. Now, it may look like a traditional lawnmower, but it simply is not. It is an alternative to a rake. It's an alternative to you walking around in your golf shoes in the yard. And it is an alternative to a manual Dethatcher. And Peter's going to tell us more about it. Why is dethatching so important, Peter Kilcullen?
You know what? I think that there's so many people out there, and I know you and I talked about this before, that they just, why is my lawn not perfect? I'm doing everything right. I'm watering it, I'm adding seed when I need to, I'm certainly fertilizing it when I need to. Why am I not getting that perfect lawn that I really want? And it could be because you have just such a buildup of that organic material, that thatch, if you will, just that's choking your grass. It's not letting all that fresh regrowth come in there. It's not letting water and air and fertilizer get down there. It starts to be all this material that's underneath there. Now, I just pulled out a tiny bit.
It's like a mat.
Exactly.
And those runners, they get really tangled.
Exactly. Now, a little bit of that is not too bad, but when you get a tremendous amount of that, that's when it starts to suffocate the new growth, and it doesn't let that fertilizer and everything get down there. So, what you do is remove that material. And let me show you how we do it. This, like, now, you talked about the manual one.
Yeah.
Have a little go with that.
Yeah, thanks,
that
Peter.
That might be...
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not going to work.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Oh, that's...
Imagine doing like more than 1.5 feet of that.
Yeah,
but you can see that it is working.
It's
removing
working,
that.
actually.
But let me show you what we can do with the GreenWorks Dethatcher.
Yeah,
Basically, I turn that on. It has the bail switch right here. And all I'm going to do is then use it like you would your normal lawnmower. And now you'll see the amount. You want this one?
Yeah, I want that one.
Now, I'm just going to leave it right. Well, you know what? I'll move it out of the way here. And I want you to see the amount of material that it removes from the lawn. So now raking it up is just like this. This is how simple it can be, because that's all that organic material that is really just suffocating your grass. What I like about this is that you start to see the soil in between that grass again. If you're not seeing that, that's what you need, is to get this home, remove all that material. The nice thing is, if you have a lawnmower with the grass catcher on it, go right over that with the lawnmower. It'll pick it all up. You don't even have to rake it. I did that at my house, and it worked perfectly. But it allows you to start to see all that grass and growth that's underneath. So if you're getting ready to seed...
We want to get a shot of what's happening behind you, Peter, as you go, because that's really impressive.
And I'm going to show you how it does it. We have 3 different adjustments we can make. We also have the ability to let go of this, and it stops working immediately, just like that. So there you go. I'm going to move that out of the way so you can see it right away. So it
automatically stops working when you want,
when it needs to turn off? As soon as you let go of that switch.
Okay, good.
That bail switch there. Now here's a good example right here. This grass is a little bit greener, and now you can start to see all the soil in between there. So now that water is going to get down in there. This fertilizer, which is the big thing, because you could be fertilizing season after season and nothing's happening. But if you want that regrowth, that beautiful grass, this is going to be exactly what you need. Let me show you how we do it. Now, you saw that manual rake that you had there, Siobhan. That is no fun at all.
That is, no.
But here, we have all these rows of these stainless steel tines. This is what's rotating and not cutting the grass, but removing all that material between the blades of grass and in between that soil. This is exactly what you want, and it makes such a difference. And I really think for people, if you never even knew about dethatching, that you weren't using something like this. I mean, you could have someone come and they have huge machines that do this, but now you can do it at home. This is the perfect time, and then maybe doing it again in the fall. Keep your grass looking its best. And
it's a 14-inch path, so you're really covering a lot of territory as you go. I recently we took up all the grass, and guess what, Peter? The weeds came back. I shouldn't call it grass. We picked up all of our weeds, and they kept coming back, and it's because I think we did it manually. And this would really have made the difference.
And I'll tell you, it will shock you how much material that it pulls up off the grass. But it only takes a short time, and then if you have that grass catcher on your mower, just pick all that stuff up, and your grass is going to look good. Do it if you're ready to seed. Do it if you're ready to fertilize. This is going to make all the difference. It really could be that one last secret to having that really great lawn. Now, a little bit of thatch in your grass is perfectly fine, and many people then use their mulching mowers that leave the mulch out on the lawn. That's perfect too. But after a season or after 2 seasons, think about dethatching to remove the excess material. And the great way to do that is just take a small plug of your lawn so you can look at it
Oh, that's
and you
good.
can see if you have a couple of inches of that thatch, you probably have too much.
Right.
And it might be time to remove it, and this can do it in seconds. But I really think you'll see it'll change the way your lawn looks immediately.
And
but
the way
then
that it receives the water and the
Exactly.
fertilizer and the seeds. We seeded, but okay, we didn't dethatch. That was a big mistake.
Right.
Exactly. We seeded, didn't take, okay? Then the weeds came back. Then we ended up sodding. Okay, do you know how much money I've invested? And now I wish
doesn't sound
I
great.
had known about this. Why
Well,
didn't you tell me about this sooner?
I should have done that at the house call.
Seriously.
But what we have is the ability to let the regrowth happen. If the regrowth is
It's like a
happening...
facial for your yard.
I described it. That's exactly right. You're going to
That's
resurface
Peter's
that whole
material.
thing.
I need to give credit
There
where
you
credit
go.
is
But
due.
you're going to see a difference immediately, but you're going to get the regrowth. So right now, as soon as it gets warmer, you want to look at your lawn. If you have all that thatch that's been built up, maybe some of the grass that's died away during the wintertime, get out there, clear it out, fertilize if you need to, seed if you need to, but then see the difference. So let me keep going
Fewer
here.
than 300 of these are available, and if you want yours, if you're thinking, you know what, that is a very good idea, and look at the results right here.
And honestly, it's very easy to do. I'm just pushing it,
Looks
and
like
because
you're just
of those,
using a vacuum cleaner.
yeah, those tines, they actually pull it along as you're moving through here, and you
Like a
start to see
self-propelled vacuum cleaner.
just in that small area. Look at that as I go over that. But I think you can see how fresh it looks underneath there. Now the grass, here's a good example where you can see that soil. You just give that a quick rake, and now you've opened up all those areas so that all this is choking your lawn. This isn't allowing water and oxygen for all the new growth to come up in between all these existing blades of grass. So once you clear that out, your lawn's going to not only start to, have that regrowth, but all the other grass is going to recover nicely because it's getting the fertilization. It's getting the water and the air that it needs.
You're getting to the root of the matter, Peter.
Hey,
there it is.
I like it. There you go.
We're very busy
Right to it.
and very limited, and we were reading the reviews of hsn.com, what people were saying, and one person had 16 30-gallon bags worth of dead grass and debris. Years and years and years of dead grass and moss, and this is not something obviously your lawn's going to be a little bit different, but this is something that we don't think about, and it's as easy as mowing.
No,
you
exactly.
said that, and people are talking about that, and as you can see, as Peter is just traveling along there, the machine is doing all of the hard work for you.
Exactly. Let me grab that rake.
And I like your idea about taking your lawnmower that has the
grass catcher?
collecting
That's exactly
bag,
what I did
and
on my
then
grass.
It just vacuums up the debris.
I mean, look at all that in just that short area that I did. But take a look at that grass. You can see that the grass certainly looks a little more opened up. It really will change the way you... Yeah, you can do the dethatching with that. It's impossible. That is an impossible task. But when you see the difference, see, here's the area that I did. Just in this one small area, it makes such a difference. And you
Look
really
at all
will...
that.
Doesn't it look nice? Can you see
Yeah.
that? Where we've opened up
Looks like
some of these
it's
spaces.
breathing more.
That's exactly what it's going to do. So perfect. Think about when you want to fertilize. Don't waste money anymore throwing the fertilizer on top of this. This doesn't need fertilizer. Everything down here, all of this grass and underneath here, this needs the fertilizer, not all that dead organic material in there.
We have about 90 seconds left to go. And how are we doing with our quantity on this? Because I know we started out with fewer than 300. And okay, over 100 have been selected. It's a dethatcher at a special price that, oh, by the way, you do not need fuel for. You can just simply plug it into your outdoor outlet, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about going to the gas station and getting gas and all that.
Trying to start it, exactly. Now you can adjust the wheels. There's 3 different settings on here, depending upon how thick your lawn is or how deeply embedded or how much of that thatch that you have in there. This is a way to do that, to adjust that. I have it on the highest setting because we have the St. Augustine grass, which is quite thick. But if yours is a little bit shorter, you can just adjust that anytime you want. And then also remember, here's all the stainless steel tines that are spinning,
inches.
and that's what's removing all that thatch, all that dead grass material, and you'll be amazed at what it can pull out of your grass. So it's fantastic. We have a foldable handle. It has the safety switch, and of course the 4-year warranty from GreenWorks.
You can ask your representatives about it. This is a name brand you have to get to know if you don't know it already, because it's so solution oriented, and the values are so good. Now Peter is back later on. We have that.
I get to go inside.
That gazing ball that changes color.